Hey everybody, welcome to Comics a la Mode, the podcast where we talk about comics, movies, TV, everything geek culture.
Video games occasionally.
Video games.
Maybe.
We talk video games occasionally, and I actually did, we'll probably talk about a little bit of video games. I try to sprinkle in some of that news every once in a while.
We might actually talk about theme park rides this week, like a lot of crazy news going on.
Before that, as always, I'm one of your hosts, Russ, and with me, as always, is Landon.
What's up,
Welcome
guys?
to another week and another episode. If you haven't seen, I got on it finally this week and posted a couple TikTok clips. So our TikTok is live and has things on it. And moving forward, I'm going to be trying to post more from each episode.
Russ has been killing it on social media this whole week. Dude, we got reels going up. We got posts everywhere. TikTok is live. Good stuff, man.
I've needed something to do because the whole job situation has on my end is just all sorts of wonky that we're figuring it out.
Honestly, I wish I was more prepared for this podcast because I was telling Russ, I'm like, what even happened this week? It's like there's this huge influx of D23 news. Yeah. She-Hulk is like, every time we talk about She-Hulk, it's been a week after the episode. So I'm like, I was driving home and what happened to She-Hulk last week? I'm trying to
we record on Wednesdays. We record on Wednesdays. So like tomorrow, or actually, honestly, tonight,
it's like
at
first
midnight,
thing tomorrow. My first thing is watching She-Hulk.
She-Hulk pops up. So like, I usually stay up on Wednesday nights till midnight and just watch the episode because it's 20 minutes. It's done.
I don't care about She-Hulk enough to stay up until midnight.
I'm always up anyways, so I just decide why not.
Instead, I'd rather get up at 6 a.m., which is not any better.
I totally agree with you, though, because every time we record, I'm thinking, which episode? What happened in She-Hulk this week?
We're in a busy season, dude.
There's so much going on. Yeah, there is so much, guys, like, I know there's only like 4 of you that watch us on YouTube and about 5 of you that listen. Hi, Mom.
We love you guys.
Our that's listeners. Funny. My mom, I forget sometimes that my mom actually listens to this show. And so she and I will be having a conversation and then she'll be like, oh yes, you said this on the podcast, and I'm like, that literally just happened. Like we just had that episode like this week.
Man, she's there day one.
I'm amazed.
First within the hour.
I'm amazed you got around to listening.
That's pretty good. Hey, I don't know if my parents watch this. If they did, they'd probably call me out on the F-bomb I dropped a couple pods ago.
Yeah, actually, that has been something that I've been trying to work on is my language.
Me too. I don't want to cuss anymore.
But that being said, I know there's only like 4 of you watching on YouTube and like 3 of you that actually listen. But I don't know where I was going with that.
It was busy. We were talking about the busy season.
It's busy season. It's busy season. We have been trying to figure out, like, how do we, maybe cut this down so that it's not so long for you guys sometimes, even though we still enjoy doing it. Like, we enjoy doing this.
Oh, yeah. We could talk about this stuff for hours.
At the end of the day, like, as much as I am trying to, like, push this and be able to get more of you guys listening and everything, I started this because I wanted to learn how to podcast. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to, at the time I was door dashing 24/7 of my life. So I wasn't doing anything that I actually loved doing. And so this was an escape for me of like, all right, let's do this. I want to learn how to edit audio. Yeah. And I just want to have some fun of talking comics and talking TV because I have these conversations in my day-to-day life anyways with friends, with coworkers, with, anyone who will
My thing is,
listen to me.
I don't have enough of these conversations. So the podcast, like you said, it's an escape. I come here to talk about the stuff that I'm passionate about. And
Exactly. So we appreciate everyone who does listen and does.
Heck yeah. You guys are the best.
Please come on in, comment, talk to us on Instagram, talk to us on TikTok. We love having these conversations. So like, call us out on quote unquote stupid stuff we say.
Who do we have?
I'm a huge expert in this, obviously. So
of course,
everything I say is like 100% factual and 100% like you can like, all right, yep, Russ said it.
Absolutely.
No,
that's we got? We got
so.
Damon Targaryen from YouTube, right? He commented, shout out Damon. I don't know if Caitlin listens to this. She listens in a couple of times. Maybe Joe still listens in.
Joe listens a little bit. Joe listens a little bit.
I don't know, Christian Collins, if you're still listening.
Shout out my friend Beth. She has been rewatching. She's been rewatching Marvel, and so she has listened. She listens every once in a while, so that's really fun.
I'd be interested to hear what a new or somebody trying to get into Marvel who hasn't really been following it, what their perspective on the MCU is right now. Like, do they enjoy all these Disney Plus shows? I've not met anybody who doesn't like religiously follow this stuff, so that's not a perspective that I know.
That's also interesting too, because there's two camps that I am aware of right now in just people I talk to when I'm thinking about when we're looking at Disney Plus and everything. And that's the people who are like, hey, it's fun. Like, I enjoy it. I understand that like some of the production value is not going to feel like the movies, but at the end of the day, I still enjoy it. I'm not burnt out on Marvel. I'm very much into it and I like it. Then there's another camp that is just like, these don't feel like what I want them to feel like. And so I don't really like anything other than maybe like two things. I do know that Loki is kind of the standout. Everyone and their mother likes Loki.
I love Loki.
And it's great. It's good. It just, again, this is the whole thing. I
rewatched the last couple episodes after maybe Multiverse of Madness. I can't remember why, but like randomly I was like, I'm gonna check out Loki again. I was trying to understand my Disney Plus show rankings for Marvel, and I checked out it was Kang, because of the huge announcements about the Kang Dynasty and Avengers 3 and 4 or whatever. So I wanted to watch Jonathan Majors' performance as He Who Remains in the penultimate episode of Loki. Awesome, stellar performance. Those last few episodes where Loki gets put in the place beyond time or whatever with Azeroth or whatever, crazy stuff. Awesome, good, great, and all the stuff with him and Sylvie. Great show.
Hawkeye is still my favorite. Hawkeye is still my favorite. I love that show so much. I'm so excited that we're getting back towards Christmas, and I'm gonna rewatch that show. It's
huge
funny,
Christmas
actually,
vibes. Love that part of it.
The best part, it's funny because you don't think of it as a Christmas movie, but I religiously during Christmas, ready for Christmas, I watch Iron Man 3.
I was gonna say it's either Iron Man 3 or
every year.
My thing is Batman Returns.
Die Hard is absolutely a Christmas movie. Don't get it twisted.
Yes, for the people who matter, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It's much better than It's a Wonderful Life. Just saying. Hold on. Sorry, I'm about to piss off a lot of people when I'm talking about It's a Wonderful Life.
We're gonna get another Russ hot take.
I got burnt out on it growing up because my mom and my brother loved that movie to death, and so we would watch it like once a week during Christmas. So it was like we'd watch it once a week, like once all 4 weeks of December, and I'm just like, why? I don't know. Stop. It's a depressing movie, people. If you've never seen It's a Wonderful Life, it is a very depressing movie. There's hope at the end of it, but 90% of that movie is very depressing. I never understood why you want to watch that on Christmas. I get the message once. Now I only want to watch it like once every like 3 years because it's like, I don't know.
I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through. The film people are going to hate me for that, but
it's fine. I'd never seen Citizen Kane, and that's like one of those movies that like if you're a film person, there's so many things to watch.
Like as a film major, I should have watched or seen.
But we're getting off the rails like we always do.
There's already this episode is going to be bloated enough. So let's get on into.
We need to let you guys know this is going to be a long episode. A lot of things happened this week. Disney had D23, which is their big Disney conference / like investors meeting. And so that's where they, if they don't show it at Comic-Con, there's a lot of times that they'll show it at D23 to get their investors hyped for what they have coming up. So there's a lot of Marvel news. There's a lot of Star Wars news. There's Indiana Jones news, which, oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, Russ alerted me to that. I didn't know about the Indiana Jones
so
news.
Excited. And then on top of that, another thing that happened this last week is that Sony had their big Sony State of Play. So we got trailers for stuff for the PlayStation, most notably God of War Ragnarok. We got an actual trailer, and that end clip with Thor is badass. Like, go watch that trailer just for that last sequence. It's so cool.
What does he say? He's like, "Death will take me when it has earned me."
Yeah.
Such a raw line.
Cool.
Oh my god,
cool.
Dude.
There's another trailer called something, The Last of the Ronin or something like that, and it essentially looks like Sony's version of Assassin's Creed. It's very much like, you play as this guy during the 1600s just as feudal Japan is being introduced to the West. And so you have this conflict of new and old, with some mystical powers, of course, because why not? And so it looks really cool. Again, I don't have a PlayStation, so I can't play any of these games, but they both look really cool. I'm really interested to see how they are received. Obviously, God of War is going to be a big hit. This Ronin game looks cool. I love historically accurate or historically, what's the word?
Like games that take place throughout history, kind of.
Exactly. That's why I love Assassin's Creed so much.
Speaking of Assassin's Creed, dude, Mirage. Oh my god, that's a trailer I did see. I heard everybody hyped about Assassin's Creed. I'm like, what could possibly be going on?
There's two big things coming out of Assassin's Creed. Actually, there's three big things. One,
Netflix
show. We're going to be getting a Netflix show in the Assassin's Creed universe, which I think is going to be absolutely amazing. I'm excited for that because, it's not going to be as bad as the movie. And we know Netflix tends to do things right. So I'm excited for that because also Netflix is also doing a Division movie with Jake Gyllenhaal in the lead, which I am super hyped about. So I'm really excited with Netflix partnership.
Netflix is going to corner the market on the video game television series.
I think so too.
Possibly movies, but we all know video game
them.
Movies don't really go. But they're producing a BioShock series as well. I heard
they already did the Arcane.
They've already got Arcane and all the Resident Evil stuff, which is not good. But
their Witcher. They did Witcher.
Oh yeah,
they have their anime style shows like Castlevania. Oh, such a good show. I cannot recommend that enough. Especially,
things.
We're going in the Halloween season. If you need something creepy, you need something just cool, Castlevania. Watch it. It's fun. Also, another one, we've got the Witcher anime movie that came out. Also, very good. Netflix, I think you're right. I think they're going to be cornering this gaming market, although we do have a couple series coming from Amazon. So that's going to be interesting to see. I think I want to say Mass Effect might have something. Someone has something, and I know Netflix has it. Obviously, we're getting Last of Us, which interestingly enough, we've got actual footage of now. We've got actual footage of the Last of Us series, which
it looks exactly like
about. It looks like Us. It looks like what I expect it to look like, which I'm excited about.
It looks quality. It looks like the game brought to life. What more could you ask for?
So we're getting Assassin's Creed series. I'm super excited about that. I think that's going to be amazing. I think a show is going to be able to do the blending between modern and whatever time period that they pick, I think a TV show is going to really be able to do that really well. So I'm very excited about that. One of my favorite parts about Assassin's Creed is that story. Even though in like recent years, they haven't really done a good job of it. 2. So then the other 2 are games. We're getting 2 games. We're getting Mirage, which first off, it's going to be following this character that we've come to know in Assassin's Creed Valhalla named Basim. It's going to be taking place in Baghdad.
That was the location. I was like, this looks like Middle East, but
it's like 5 years before the events of Valhalla. So you're getting a young Basim. And the coolest thing about this is that this game is going to be focused more on the audience that enjoyed the more single player narrative focused Assassin's Creed games.
It looks like a return to form. Which I'm very excited about.
Is going to be like, think Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. That's where that's going to be. And I'm really excited because, again, I love ancient Middle East. I love that history. I think that history is absolutely amazing. And so to see that we're going to be stepping into that world again is absolutely the dopest thing on the planet. I'm also really excited to see more of the history of the hidden ones, which then become the assassins. Like, we're still in that time period where they're not considered assassins, they're considered hidden ones. And I really love
that's what they said in the trailer. You're a hidden one now.
Yeah,
so I'm not up to date on the Assassin's Creed lore or anything, but the only thing that I'll add to the conversation is at the end of the trailer, that sort of weird middle space where the current events and the historical events kind of collide, and you get like I forget that main character's name, but anyway, this space, like this blacked out gray zone where it's just the character.
The Animus.
Yeah, it's like the program that they use, right?
Yeah.
There's like a zombie in there. That was pretty cool. That's different.
So that was interesting.
If they've really explored that area, but
I don't think they have yet. So that's going to be interesting to see where that story goes with that. The second game that's going to be coming out is going to be essentially the next game in the Assassin's Creed Origins, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Valhalla style of game. And it's in a time period that Assassin's Creed fans have been asking for so long. It feels like we were never going to get it.
Can I take a guess?
Take a guess.
Is it feudal Japan?
Okay, are you really taking a guess, or did you actually look this up and then decide?
No, I know this part. Everybody has been asking about the Viking Age, which we've already gotten, and feudal Japan.
Which we just got, and then feudal Japan. It is in feudal Japan finally. It's Assassin's Creed Codename Red. That's not
just makes
obviously.
Sense. I mean, assassins, it makes sense. We need to go there.
Dope. I'm really excited for that.
And spend some time there, right? Like Ezio Auditore and that whole genre and that the legacy and the historical time period. Like, we could spend some time in the old Japan era.
Well, and that's why I'm really excited. That's why I'm really excited that this game is going to be taking the more RPG route. Much like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Origins, because I really do I love RPGs. I'm a big RPG fan. I love getting lost in the world and just put my head down and just immersing myself in the world. And so being able to be like, all right, if I don't want to, I don't have to go follow the main story mission. I'll just run around feudal Japan killing guys and, saving people and like doing whatever the heck I want. I am so down for that. It's not even funny.
That sounds great. That's what I did in Black Flag. I just looted and pillaged and plundered.
Exactly.
So I'm really too, though.
I'm really excited for that. The third game that's gonna be coming out is called it's codenamed Hex, and it looks to be more of some, occult. We don't really know what it's gonna be, but like the logo is very occulty, and so that can be really interesting. I'm just very happy that, we finally have a sense of like what we're getting with Assassin's Creed. Thankfully, they're not doing this, hey, we're going to drop a game a year They've stopped that. So now, Valhalla's been out for 2 years, and we're not getting Mirage until 2023. So like that really excites me to really delve into these games and give us an opportunity to really play these games for a while until we're like, okay, now we're chomping at the bit for a new one.
Yeah.
So
see, I'm all about quality over quantity.
Oh,
like
for
all
sure.
these Call of Duty games, and this is my segue into Marvel, by the way, because this is a problem I have with Marvel, is it's just quantity over quality.
Yeah,
I feel
true.
like all these projects are kind of losing quality in a way, but I'm very happy about Assassin's Creed's return to form. So that's a very exciting
came
thing
out.
we'll have to keep our eyes on.
The other thing that happened this week was Nintendo had their conference also. Like everyone and their mother decided to have a conference this week. Tomorrow, so we record this on Wednesday nights. So when you guys hear this, it will be yesterday. But for us recording now, it's going to be Thursday, which is tomorrow, is Call of Duty's big event that we finally get to see what the new Call of Duty multiplayer looks like. So I'm excited for that. But Nintendo dropped their conference and dropped a trailer for the next Zelda game. So that was the big news out of that, was that Zelda's coming back, and it's coming out next year, actually. So that's really cool for everyone who has
all those Nintendo fans out there,
a Switch, and obviously anybody who is a Zelda fan. But for our purposes, the big cheese, the big event of the season is D23.
Titan of industry.
Is D23.
Walt Disney himself has come back from the grave to deliver us MCU news.
Actually, no, it was just Mickey Mouse.
It was just Mickey.
His consciousness got pushed into a robotic body.
But he had he had the frozen body of Walt on stage.
Exactly.
And he was like Weekend at Bernie's, like puppet style. Here's all the MCU news. Werewolf by night.
It was like it was like Dr. Freeze or Dr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze. And so where the head is in that thing, it's like Mickey has like the Arnim Zola, like
the chest piece with the face,
but then the head is just like Walt's frozen body in a cryo tube.
Because
obviously
if
anybody was gonna get cryo freezed to like bring into the future, it's gotta be Walt. Him and Bezos. I feel like Bezos
is probably gonna do something crazy once.
He's like looking at his watch like, all right, once I get to about 55, I'm opting out. I'm gonna go get into a cryo chamber, and I'll see you guys in.
Man, if I'm not living on
years.
Mars by then, I'm just gonna detonate all my Amazon facilities in the world.
Exactly. All right, so
let's get into this Marvel news. How about
let's get into this Marvel news, because there is a lot of it. First off, we might want to consider doing this like rapid style. Oh yeah, so a lot of this,
we need to get
some of this we're not going to talk about in depth. One of them being the fact that Black Panther: Wakanda Forever was kind of one of their big spiels, and they dropped the scene for it. That movie's coming out at the they didn't show any of this. A lot of the trailers for this they didn't like show us. So we got a couple, but we didn't get all of them. Cool. It's coming out end of this year. We're going to be seeing it. I'm watching it at opening night. That trailer was phenomenal. Ant-Man and the Wasp, which kicks off Phase 5, which is going to be next year. They showed the trailer from Comic-Con that we still have not seen.
I saw a leaked version of it, which is similar to another topic that we have coming up from Lucasfilm.
Pretty hyped.
It was a really bad pirated copy of it. Right. So obviously. I heard a lot of the audio and sound bites, and it sounds like Jonathan Majors. It sounds like what you'd expect from a typical Marvel trailer. But what really has me interested in Quantumania is Cassie is being held hostage by Kang, and Kang needs Scott to go into the quantum realm for a heist. So we do We are keeping that heist aspect of
I love that.
the Ant-Man films, which is it's bread and butter.
Yeah.
Yes. So
for sure.
That's great. And Kang, more Kang. I need
and
Kang.
more Kang. Kang is going to be dope. Apparently,
I gotta know what's up with Kang.
Apparently, there's a sequence that Kang essentially looks at Scott and says, "Are you an Avenger? Have I killed you before?"
Yeah, have I killed you?
That sounds
killed so many Avengers.
Amazing. So then the next piece of news. Oh, go ahead.
One more thing about Kang is I like how they're treating him differently than Thanos, because Thanos kind of had scenes here and there, but it seems like Kang is going to be in multiple films and multiple large scale roles in these projects leading up to his.
So that's one of the things that we're going to be getting into. I mean, we can kind of talk about it right now. But yeah, talking about Kang, we're getting Loki season 2. They dropped a trailer at D23. It has not been released to the public, so we don't know. We haven't seen it. But again, he's going to be a major part of that show because he was He was at the end of the first one, and so he is he's kind of out in the open now. So that's going to be very
multiple Kangs, depending on how you interpret He Who Remains' prophecy or whatever that was. True. So we could be seeing a lot of different versions of Kang.
So this is to me, this is one of the most interesting pieces of news. Matt Shakman, who was the director of WandaVision, was officially revealed to be the director of Fantastic Four. Yeah. That's not the interesting news. That was leaked a while ago.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I'm actually very interested in it. The interesting news, though, was that he was not brought up on stage. He actually was just in the crowd. So Feige announced that he was the director and just said, yeah, he's out in the crowd right now.
Hey man, you see that guy, row 5, kind of 3 seats to my left? Yeah, that guy right there. Yeah, no, not him. Him. Yeah, him. That's Matt Shakman, by the way. He's going to direct Fantastic Four.
The interesting part, and I've heard this speculated by people, is that it felt like, especially to the people that was in it, it felt like they had planned to announce more than just him being the director. It felt like they were going to announce some of the cast.
Dude, that was the rumor going around. Huge casting news, mostly for Fantastic Four.
And then they didn't. If that's the case, why? That's the interesting part, because we are so far. Obviously, we all understand Fantastic Four isn't until 2025 at this point. It is
years away from Fantastic Four, because it's double that for X-Men and mutants.
Right, it's the start of phase 6. A while. It's the start of phase 6.
Yeah.
That being said, with how much the casting rumor mill for Fantastic Four has just been at full force.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel needs to get ahead of this game and just bite it in the butt. Be done with it. Announce the cast and move on, because they're going to have the news cycle for as long as they want once they announce the cast.
I think I suspect that they will drop the Fantastic Four. I think they definitely already know who they're going to pick. It's just a matter of securing those contracts. I think Jodie Comer will be the Invisible Woman. That's just everywhere, and that makes a ton of sense. I don't know about Penn Badgley as Mr. Fantastic. He's the lead in the You television series on Netflix. He plays a psychopath.
I'd like that. I can see that guy.
I could see him doing it. I think he would have to. He's too small, and he's too kind of lanky, which is maybe what you want for Mr. Fantastic. But I would like to see him kind of bulk up a little bit.
Powers are stretchy powers, right?
They're stretchy powers. I get it, but I don't know if I see him exactly. I don't know. There's something about that casting. I see him as a psychopath. So
the biggest news out of that is why didn't they announce anything more to that? But whatever.
I was going to say, I think they'll drop it after Wakanda Forever. I think they want to just get their last projects out there, and then
maybe
once we get done with a big announcement.
Once we get done with Phase 4, it's hey, by the way, here's the Fantastic Four. That would be cool.
What finishes Phase 4? Is it Wakanda Forever?
It's Wakanda Forever. Wakanda Forever is the last thing in Phase 4.
What begins Phase 5? Quantumania, maybe? Is that next?
I think so. I think it's Quantumania because Thunderbolts ends
know.
Phase 5.
Yes, that's true. I know that part.
Yeah. I think Quantumania does. Because I think that's the next movie. So next,
you're right.
We've got Captain America: New World Order. This was announced at Comic-Con. We talked about this at Comic-Con. Now, the best part about this is that last week, your boy Landon over here,
give me some love. There we go.
Had a She-Hulk, a thought about She-Hulk, and it had to do with the leader.
Yeah, it did.
And
this basically confirms it
at D23 is that the leader will be in Captain America: New World Order, as well as the guy who plays Isaiah. Oh wait, no. The guy who
Isaiah Bradley's coming back. Yeah,
Isaiah Bradley's coming back from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, but also Joaquin Torres is going to come back, and he's going to be playing Falcon. So that's going to be really cool. So we're going to be getting like Captain America and Falcon again.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the new take on the Falcon. I liked that his name's Joaquin. I liked him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think he was underutilized. He wasn't around much. I think I mostly remember him. I mostly remember him, tag teaming Batroc the Leaper with Sam when he was in his Falcon. That great action scene in the beginning.
Yeah. So that's gonna be dope. I'm really excited about that. I think a movie is what we really need to really see Sam kind of come into the role of Captain America. The biggest thing that you don't see in the announcement of New World Order is the fact that Bucky will not be in the movie. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of sad about that. I really liked that. I really liked their dynamic. I think he would be really good to be in the Captain America movie.
It makes sense, he was so close to Captain America, and their origins and everything are so tied.
Especially when you look at him going into so before we go into this next one, because Winter Soldier actually leads into the next project. One of the things that I saw that was going to be really cool is that there is an Israeli superhero, and she is a Mossad agent named Sabra, that she will be making her MCU debut. I think that's really cool.
I always love her at all. Is she a new creation?
I'm not familiar with her at all, too. I think she might be a new creation. I love seeing, I love when they do this. We got a little of it in
Miss Marvel.
We got it a little in Miss Marvel. We got it in Moon Knight with his love interest. His wife.
That was so long ago. Moon Knight was this year.
Right. So really cool about that. But talking about Winter Soldier,
excited when I like it when they introduce new heroes. Yeah. So let's see what they got.
And it's fun too because this is someone that it looks like they're creating it. Now they do say that we'll make her MCU debut. So I guess this might actually be a character that is in the comics. But talking about Winter Soldier, that moves us into Thunderbolts, which is going to be...
Layla was in Moon Knight. She was the Beetle, the Gold Beetle superhero moniker. She had the wings.
Like
great costume.
Yeah, something like that.
So that was that.
Oh, yeah, true. Thunderbolts. Now, Thunderbolts is going to be ending Phase 5 before we get Fantastic Four. It's going to be having Valentina Allegra de Fontina, the longest name in MCU history.
I hate it.
But they did announce a bunch of the cast.
Yeah.
So the lineup for Thunderbolts includes Ghost, Red Guardian, Black Widow, who is
Yelena.
Thank you.
Yelena.
Winter Soldier, U.S. Agent, and Taskmaster. Now, the funniest thing about that is that you sent me a meme that was like everybody is Captain America, but one person actually has useful superpowers.
You know what? I've actually seen. I've seen a better meme since then, where it's like every squad has the super soldier, the super soldier, the super soldier, and Ghost.
Here's the thing. Here's what I will say. Here's what I will say about this. One, Feige did say that this is not the complete roster. So in that way, I think they haven't announced Emil Blonsky because She-Hulk is still happening, and so however that his character ends in She-Hulk, then once it's over, they'll be able to announce, hey, like he's going to be in it. I can't imagine he's not going to be in it. I'm wondering and hoping that there's more. I'm really surprised we didn't get
Yeah, the big sort of non-inclusion here is Daniel Bruhl as Zemo. Obviously stole the show in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, a huge part of Civil War. And he is the head leader of the Thunderbolts in the comics. So it's like, why isn't he here? We all know that he's going to be here.
He's the head leader of the original team.
There's two versions of the Thunderbolts. There's two versions of the Thunderbolts. One of them is my favorite comic series of all time. I've already discussed this. But the other Thunderbolts is the heroes who are posing, or the villains who are posing as heroes, led by Baron Zemo, who is actually, let me get this guy down real quick. That would be Citizen V. So that is the gaudy red, white, and blue costume that Zemo kind of adopts to lead the Thunderbolts. Do you think that they're going to use the villains faking being heroes thing? Because this roster kind of doesn't seem like that at all.
This is
all spies and super soldiers.
Yeah, this is their version of like the Suicide Squad / essentially, just their super soldier team. I like literally, this is how I think about this team and the way that it looks like they're setting this up. This is their wet works team. This is a team. This is hey, we have this mission, and instead of it's too dangerous because it has supervillains. So instead of sending in a team of Navy SEALs, we're gonna send in the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, they're just enhanced people.
And I am
with the exception of Ghost.
Literally, dude, like I'm actually completely fine with this lineup. I think because here's the thing. At the end of the day, Thunderbolts is now, it's obvious that Thunderbolts is just a Black Widow sequel. And I am 100% okay with that.
At this point,
because I am very excited. I want to see Red Guardian more. I want to see Yelena more. Winter Soldier is like one of my favorite characters in Marvel of all time. I want to see him more. Joe, shout out, because I told Joe the other day that I wanted to see him in a show, and I want Marvel to finally give him the moniker of Nomad, because he's not Winter Soldier. He's not.
Not anymore.
And especially because they've given him the blue and gold color scheme,
the Wakanda arm,
that Nomad has. And in the comics, the person who takes up the Nomad mantle is actually Captain America's adopted son, who is actually the biological clone created by Arnim Zola in the Z dimension, and has essentially like superpowers. And so he takes on the mantle of Nomad, has a really cool suit, and I just think it would be really cool. I think it would be a great place for Winter Soldier to be. Plus, again, Sebastian Stan is a great, amazing actor. I love that character. I'm really excited to see him interact with Red Guardian and Black Widow, because or Yelena, because it's like obviously Red Guardian had to have interactions with Winter Soldier. Now,
that is the most exciting.
Bucky might not remember it, but he definitely had interactions with him, and I think that's going to be really cool to see. Again, I really like Wyatt Russell. I just don't think they gave him Falcon and the Winter Soldier was such a just hot mess of a show that I just don't think they gave him enough opportunity to really.
I'm gonna be honest, until you just mentioned Wyatt Russell and John Walker being the U.S. agent, I'm looking at this little snippet from the article that we're reading off of, and I totally forgot US Agent was there, although I've been looking at the name straight in the face. So
Nice.
boring. I don't care about US Agent.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't care about Taskmaster. I mean, Thunderbolts was kind of the most exciting project that I was looking forward to the most because it is one of my favorite comic book runs. I know they're not going to get Venom, and I know they're not going to probably get like Bullseye, and I know they're not going to introduce Atlas or Songbird or Moonstone or any of those Thunderbolts favorites. Sure. But I mean, Zemo has got to be kind of the focal point of this whole thing, and the fact that he wasn't included makes me
or be a villain. I think he's going to do one of those two things. I also think I'm really excited to see more of Valentina Allegra, Dave Fontina's character. I think that's going to be very interesting because what we have gotten of her, I've been very interested in seeing.
I guess she's just a Nick Fury to me. I don't really see her doing much. I've got to see what her motivations are for collecting all these people. I'll be honest, the Thunderbolts thing was a little bit disappointing because I was all in on Nando V Movies is a YouTuber. He puts out a lot of Marvel pitches and DC pitches and just ideas for scripts and projects that he thinks should be made. Genius stuff. He does a lot of casting things as well. So like he'll do a video where he'll take 4 Batman characters, cast them, 4 X-Men characters, cast them. A lot of roles that haven't been seen yet. Very interesting YouTuber. I love his stuff. He had a great Thunderbolts pitch, which was just incredible, and it was so obvious. Like this is definitely where they're going to take this, because it is villains being reformed and kind of acting as heroes. So where's our Justin Hammers? Where's our there's an obvious one that I'm missing. Abomination. I thought for sure, we talked about Hawkeye earlier, and I just mentioned that Swordsman is kind of a Thunderbolt staple in one of the lineups. I can't remember. But the guy who plays Lalo Salamanca in Better Call Saul, I don't think he's up to much anymore since Better Call Saul ended.
Yeah, okay, but
let's get Swordsman back. Like if we're really picking and choosing from all these different projects to create a team, let's get interesting with it. And this to me is just not very interesting. So
yeah, I think the biggest thing for me, and I think the reason that I am more excited about this than anything right now is that, again, what's my number one favorite Marvel movie of all time?
Captain America, Winter Soldier.
So I'm very excited for this because I feel like with this cast of characters, it's obvious that we're going to get that thriller angle, that thriller action angle more. And I want that. That's what I want. I want more of that. That's why I actually really liked Black Widow. I thought a lot of Black Widow really delved into that like Jason Bourne aspect, and I want more of that, and so I think this is going to be fun. But again, there is so much on this list that we got to get through. So
it's true. All right, we'll leave it at that.
Let's move on. Yeah, let's leave it at that. And let's move on. The next thing is the Marvels. So they showed a trailer at D23. Again, didn't release it to the public, but apparently, somehow, when Kamala Khan at the end of Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan and Carol Danvers switch. They like get swapped.
Yeah, there's some like weird
Miss Marvel ends up in space with Goose, the cat.
Goose.
And Carol ends up in Miss Marvel's house. But the other thing that we also get is that I guess Monica Rambeau, from what people have said about the trailer, is that she also ends up somehow at Miss Marvel's house.
Oh, interesting.
So that's really all we know about it.
She's in the kitchen.
Again, I've never cared about Captain Marvel ever. I think the only reason I kind of care about this movie is because Miss Marvel was such a sleeper hit for me.
Yeah, that's true. And Kamala definitely is the most interesting of the 3.
Yeah, so I'm more excited to see what Kamala ends up doing in this scenario. But let's talk about.
I'd like to see how Kamala interacts with Carol. I think that has a lot going for it. Sure. I think Monica Rambeau is kind of a dark horse in this project, because I'm going to have to do a WandaVision rewatch. It's been like a year and a half since I've seen that, but I remember really liking her parts in WandaVision. And she had a lot of heart to her. So I think the fact that they are putting 2 other Marvel-themed superheroes with Carol Danvers, who is definitely one of the least interesting parts of the MCU right now, I think that's going to elevate this project, and I think this might be good. I'm cautiously optimistic for it, especially after Miss Marvel was like you said, a sleeper hit. So
I'm gonna be really interested to see the trailer. I'm gonna
that's
watch
summer
this.
of next year.
It's gonna be
That's coming up
interesting to see
too.
if
Wow.
I end up going opening night or not.
Have they shot this? Is this shot?
They've shot pieces. I think they're working on shooting it.
July 28th, 2023 is not that far away.
Because Captain America is getting ready to shoot.
Captain America is?
Yeah. So
the other thing about Thunderbolts, it sucks that William Hurt, the actor who plays Thunderbolt Ross, is dead, but that was another thing that really is kind of missing from this. But I don't think they'll recast. I think they'll just probably open up this movie with his death or something. I'm not sure.
I mean,
Valentina is filling his role. So
just let, that's where Emil Blonsky can come in and they use him. I would definitely love to see, I actually really do like the funeral scenes that Marvel has done, so I wouldn't have a problem with them opening up with his.
And again, Captain America is the projects that usually have the funeral scenes, it seems like. Yeah. But hey, what are you gonna do?
But let's talk about the biggest kind of announcement.
Maybe Tim Blake Nelson will be Red Hulk. That would be weird.
Let's talk about the biggest announcement / what everybody got super hyped over, and that is Werewolf by Night. They dropped a trailer for this.
Is everybody hyped about Werewolf by Night?
Dude, all I hear is dude, it looks amazing. I'm so excited for it.
I'm not really feeling it, but
we got
I'm excited for Man Thing.
It's all black and white. We got Man Thing. I'm very excited. The old school way this is shot. I think this is going to be really just a class. I think this is going to be something that people end up watching regularly around the Halloween season. This comes out October 2nd.
Coming up.
So it's literally it's a couple weeks away. Very excited for this trailer.
You know what?
And
I get super hyped.
People hyped.
I get super hyped about Halloween in general. So I'm always looking for a new Halloween project that comes out. I think a couple years ago was Hoobie Halloween. That had me psyched. Last year I watched all the Ghostbusters films, so that had me psyched. So this will probably take the spot of the Halloween.
I need to watch the new. I need to watch the new Ghostbusters. I heard it was really good.
Afterlife is amazing.
Afterlife.
Oh
yeah,
yes,
Afterlife.
watch that. Please.
I've heard that's great. I definitely. I think October. I think I've played with the idea for a while now, but I think I'm gonna find like a thriller / I can't do scary. I can't do super scary, so I'm not gonna be playing a full on horror game. But I think I'm gonna start in October. I'm gonna stream playing Evil Within 2 or something, and just do that.
What about Werewolf by Night has you really interested aside from Man Thing, which is awesome? Which is cool.
I think the trailer just in general looks very just old school, really just gritty. I think it fits what I expected, what they had said, hey, this is what we're going to do for this. I think it fits it really well. I think it just looks like it's going to be interesting. And I think there's a part of me too for it that I'm really interested to see how it ties into the rest of the Marvel universe. Because it is, I think it absolutely is. I think Blade is gonna show up in this, so I'm interested to see. I'm also interested to see Blade show up.
I don't know Blade, but they're kind of doing a weird mystical horror themed, Halloween themed, if you will, group of little corner of the MCU. I don't know if Moon Knight will be part of that, but they're kind of building towards that, which is weird and interesting. So that part has me intrigued, but to be honest, this trailer didn't really do anything for me. I like the fact that it's so stylized in the format that, something back in the day would have been, like the original Frankensteins and the original Boris Karloff mummy stuff, all that. Yeah. That's very much what they're going for here, which is cool. It's just Werewolf by Night. I'm not familiar with the character. I don't really care about all the, the Universal monsters. Yeah. I like it when they put twists on them. So maybe there will be something here. and it looks like all these people in the trailer are gathered in this one spot, and like
it
one
looks
of them is
like
a werewolf. Like that could be
what
fun,
it looks like
so.
is that it looks like there's a werewolf and they get a bunch of like bounty hunters together.
Yeah,
and
like
then they're hunting. And so that's why I think where I think we're gonna get Blade, because
like
that's
a most
gonna be
dangerous game. It's like I'm gonna hunt you.
Yeah.
And
So
it's a werewolf.
I'm really
Cool.
excited for that. I think that's gonna be really interesting.
You know, let's actually segue this into the theme park stuff, because Werewolf by Night is on that big splash page that they did. Remember?
Yeah, I haven't looked at a bunch of the theme park stuff. All I know, the only thing about
you
the
didn't
theme
see that
park
big
stuff,
thing?
no.
Oh, you're gonna lose your shit when you look at this.
The only theme park stuff I know of is the what's it called?
King Thanos?
The King Thanos stuff.
Okay, there's another piece of concept art aside from the big piece of King Thanos. Look up like King Thanos Marvel theme park ride, because there's a huge, big old splash page of all, you got like the Disney Plus heroes, the movie heroes, whatever, New Avengers, Werewolf by Night's there. There's also a couple big, huge cameo things that are amazing to see. It's like a concept piece for the new theme park ride that they're going to build in Marvel Land or whatever.
Marvel Campus, Avengers Campus.
The Marvel Campus, yeah. It's going to be like a adventure through the multiverse, and they're going to fight King Thanos, and you're going to see a bunch of MCU characters.
Well, okay, so I see the King Thanos stuff. I don't see anything of the Werewolf by Night stuff. Oh, goodness gracious.
I'm not even sure what to search for this. Am I dreaming right now?
That's what I'm like. I don't know. I don't get it, dude.
Marvel theme park ride King Thanos concept art. I don't know what to search for this. Avengers Campus ride, multiverse battle, concept art. Here we go. This is not the full image. Oh, this is not the full image.
Yeah, I could never find the full image.
I'll have to send it to you later, but it was huge, and there's a bunch of cool characters on it and everything.
Yeah. So then the next piece of the next one is Secret Invasion. We finally got our first trailer on Secret Invasion. It's dope. I'm very excited for this. I'm actually really interested in this. I think I heard someone say it looks like Marvel's 24, like Nick Fury is like Jack Bauer, and it's like he has to race against the clock. I think if that's the case, it looks great. Really cool. Very interesting, though, is that this leads into Armor Wars.
Which we finally got like a confirmation that it's still happening.
Armor Wars. And that was
the other thing. Is getting a Disney Plus series.
So the biggest thing is, like, what did you think of the trailer? Are you excited for this? I think the biggest thing for me is that it looks like because here's the thing. One of the biggest problems that I had with Captain Marvel was that they took the Skrulls and made them like the people that you needed to root for.
They made them sympathetic. It was that refugee thing going on.
I'm like, how do we move from there to being able to get to the Secret Invasion of it all? And this trailer really shows it. Like, there's the refugee people that we met are like a very small faction, and there is an ugly head to the Skrull Empire that we're going to start seeing, and I think that's really cool. I love the fact that we brought is that Ben Mendelsohn?
Oh yeah, Ben Mendelsohn is back. That has me the most excited.
I'm really excited about that. I love him. I think he's a great actor.
Best part of Captain Marvel by far.
It's one of my favorite performances in Rogue One.
Oh my god, Director Krennic, dude! Are you kidding me? I love Director Krennic.
So good. So I'm very hyped for this trailer.
Send in the garrison! Move! We're standing amongst my achievement, not yours!
All right, I'm clipping
Sorry,
that.
Ben Mendelsohn gets me hyped. So does Star Wars. So you put the two together, it's a powder keg. I'm going to go off.
That. Okay, so let's getting back on track. What did you think of this trailer?
I do have thoughts on Secret Invasion because
let's hear it.
This project is probably one of the most that I'm looking forward to, I'm probably looking forward to this project the most, with the exception of Loki season 2, which is like the next bit of news that we'll talk about. Because Nick Fury has always been awesome. Doesn't matter what movie he's in. Samuel L. Jackson is going to bring his all. He loves the character. He's going to play him until he's dead. And finally, we're getting Nick Fury back. Like, come on, that's amazing.
This is a guy that in an interview, when someone asked him, would you like step away from Marvel if you could make movies that were going to get you like an Oscar or something? He literally told them, he's like, why? He's like,
fun.
With Marvel, I'm having fun.
Never have I seen an actor more just enthusiastic to play characters.
I could go do a stick in the mud movie that like I'm going to act my heart out and like get an Oscar. Absolutely. But also I'm acting just great in this and I'm actually having fun. So why not keep doing this? And like, honestly, like I love that. I love that he loves doing this.
Man, speaking of Oscars and Emmys and awards, we've also got Olivia Colman, who I don't think shows up in this trailer. Maybe she does. I thought I heard maybe a voiceover from her, but she's going to play a part in this, probably a Skrull leader, if I had to guess. Mm-hmm. And Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones. Daenerys Targaryen is going to be in this. She showed up in the trailer a couple of times.
Yep.
Amazing actress. So
I'm excited.
Again, I have no idea who their characters are going to be.
Colby Smolder.
Maria Hill, always great.
Always great. Very excited. I'm super excited for this show. Like again,
the trailer's great.
We just talked about
spycraft stuff.
We just talked about how I love the spy stuff, and so this feels very much in that vein. I'm very excited for it. And that hits. That's coming out in 2023. Next is Armor Wars. We don't know a ton about this.
The other half of this is Don Cheadle showed up in Secret Invasion, so that's a good segue. Is like everybody and their mother has been talking about like who is going to be revealed to be the secret like sleeper Skrull in the Avengers or in the heroic community, because in the books, it's like. You don't know, like Reed Richards or Spider-Woman or Spider-Man or Iron Man. Like you don't know who the Skrull was, and it was a big universe-spanning event. This is much more smaller scales, and there's only a couple people that it could really be, because a lot of the people we're focused on now, they've not been around as long as Don Cheadle as Rhodey. So I don't know if he'll like be a Skrull, and then the Armor Wars thing will follow the actual Rhodey.
So you saying that actually presents an interesting plot idea in that is that we find out in Secret Invasion that the Rhodey we've seen and they could go, hey, you know what, ever since the end of Endgame when he went off into space, that was the Skrulls swapped him out. They could say that. We find out, we find out through Secret Invasion that, he was a Skrull, and then Armor Wars picks up with the real Don Cheadle having to take over, having to go, okay, this imposter ran Stark Industries for however long and was fiddling with Stark tech. So now I have to kind of rein that all back in, because Don Cheadle in an interview did say that the Armor Wars that they're doing is gonna follow very closely to kind of the main crux of what Armor Wars in the comics was, which was that Stark tech was getting into the wrong hands, and Tony had to kind of. It was a war of Tony trying to get his suits back. Exactly.
So Tony's not around anymore. Which makes me feel like we're short one billionaire industrial playboy type who makes big iron suits and big metal men. And I was going to bring him up earlier because I was rooting for my boy to be in the Thunderbolts, but we got to get Justin Hammer back, baby. Let's get Justin Hammer back in Armor Wars. Let's get him in a Titanium Man suit or a Crimson Dynamo suit. Come on. Give Sam Rockwell some love, Marvel.
Do not put him in a Crimson Dynamo suit. No.
Maybe put Red Guardian in a Crimson Dynamo suit.
No. It's a different character. Stop it. Don't meld characters like that. It's weird.
What suit would he get? He needs a big old Iron Man suit. There's only two
he needs
famous
to resurrect.
ones.
He needs to resurrect the Ironmonger suit.
Oh, that would be sick. I love Ironmonger. I'm good with that.
But I do, I want Sam. I would love to see Sam Rockwell back. I think that'd be really interesting.
I almost forgot about Armor Wars. He'll definitely show up. He has to.
So that's Armor Wars. Next, we'll talk a little bit more about it. Is Loki season 2? Kei Hua. I'm gonna butcher this name.
Hugh Kwan.
Hugh Kwan. Thank you.
AKA Short Round.
Short Round is gonna be in this show.
And the kid from the Goonies.
They showed a little bit of stuff. I don't think they even showed a full trailer, but it looks. I'm gonna watch it again. We've talked about this. Loki was really good, but it wasn't really my cup of tea. So I wasn't like, oh my god, I gotta go rewatch it now. So I will watch it though because I love Owen Wilson. So anything he is in, I will watch it because ka-chow.
I'm Mobius, everybody.
Wow.
What's going on at the TV?
Wow.
I think Short Round's going to play a version of Loki, which is what I'm rooting for.
Interesting.
Or it'll be something the total opposite direction. Yeah, and I've seen a bunch of concept art of.
He's a TVA employee, just so you know. Like they showed, one of the sequences is they showed him talking to Owen Wilson and Loki. So
I need more Loki variants. Come on.
You'll probably get that. You probably will get that, but I don't think.
Have you seen the set leaks of Loki season 2 where it's Tom Hiddleston in his TVA garb at a McDonald's? Have you seen that? Is that another thing that I'm just imagining? I've seen them look that up as well.
Were you dreaming a lot lucidly last night? Like,
no,
geez,
I'm not.
Dude.
Although I have been sleeping more and I have been dreaming more, which is pretty cool. But okay, you got to look up. You have some homework, Russ. You got to look up the King Thanos big concept piece, and you have to look up Loki TVA McDonald's set leaks.
Gotcha.
I'm not crazy. That's hilarious. A thing.
So a funny little tangent, and we won't talk about a lot about this because it's not worth it. Morbius currently is the most watched movie on Netflix currently, and I hate everything about that. I hate it so much.
I think it's funny, honestly. It's like, funny, look at this, Sony. We still love this movie. Why don't you release it?
No, we don't love this movie. We all want to watch it and make fun of it.
I know, but you can't let them know that.
Sony keeps making money off of it.
Yeah.
So then the next thing is,
I watched it.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna watch it.
I had it like going on in the background while I was at my parents' house over last weekend, and I was like cooking and I was like doing a bunch of other stuff. I was not paying attention to it. It's not great. Even the pieces that I saw, even the broken, the broken pieces that I saw was like, this is garbage. Why did they make this? We have a couple more Marvel things, so let's try to get through
Echo. We got 2 more. Echo. They dropped an exclusive trailer showing whatever they were showing off. Very interesting. Wilson Fisk returns with an eye patch. So that's kind of cool.
Did he get stabbed in the eye at the end of Hawkeye? Did he
Hawkeye?
Really?
Yeah, he did.
I thought he got shot. Didn't he get shot? Did he get shot in the eye?
No, he got some arrows in the chest.
Well, Echo shot him, I thought.
He shot him in the head. Remember?
Is he shot in the eye? Probably.
Yeah. So there's nothing a lot to say there. I'm excited for that show. How they portrayed Echo in Hawkeye is I loved. I thought was really cool. Very excited to see more of that character. And then anything else with that one? Do you have anything to say?
No. I'm more excited about Daredevil and Daredevil's inclusion in Echo.
Daredevil
and then Born
Again, getting 18 episodes on Disney Plus. It starts shooting next year. There was no trailers. Instead, they got fans got an exclusive look at Daredevil's appearance in the upcoming She-Hulk episode
tomorrow, baby, or tonight, depending on who you
are. I guess. Oh gosh, I can't remember his name right now. The guy who
Charlie
plays
Cox.
Charlie Cox. Yeah. I guess Charlie Cox said that, hey, we don't have anything for you guys. We're just really excited that we get to continue into this world, but we get to take the pieces that really worked for the show and use them in ways different from how this show is going to be. This show is not a direct, like a continuation of the Daredevil show. It is very much Daredevil in the MCU, but it's still going to feel like the Netflix Daredevil show that we know and feel like that, which again is really all I want. I'm very excited for this show. I think that's exactly what I want. So
I saw probably at D23 recent interview with Charlie Cox where they were asking him how does he feel about kind of being included into the larger MCU finally in such a broad role. He was excited, but he was also very reassuring to fans that they're going to keep a lot of the same tone and elements that made the Netflix Daredevil show work. Which, I mean, it would be quicker to just list the things that didn't work because so much of that show is just quality and gold, of the finest sort.
Gold.
My only inclusion on this is I wish it was a direct continuation because there's no real reason for it not to be. I understand that they want to. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can still hear you.
I understand that they want to include him in more of the current MCU stuff, and the Netflix stuff really doesn't adhere to a lot of that. But I gotta see Wilson Bethel return as Bullseye. I have to see the conclusion to that. To that story.
Here's the thing. I think we're going to get Bullseye.
Is he in the Born Again series? I've not read it.
There's no shot we're gonna get not get Bullseye. He is in the Born Again series.
I'm happy to hear that.
Karen Page don't know. I just don't think you're not going to get the Netflix version. And I don't know if we're going to get the same actor either. I really don't. Because we don't know. The only people we know coming back from the show right now is Daredevil and Wilson Fisk.
They were on stage.
Those are the two people we know.
It would just be really weird if they didn't get everybody back. You know what I mean? They can write them differently and they can do all that. The main thing is they can never take away the 3 seasons of Daredevil that we have.
No, and like they're great. It's great. They don't want to take that away. Like they're very inclusive of Daredevil. They understand that people love that show. But at the same time, they want to be able to do something new and they want to be able to use the sandbox without having to deal with pre-set up, guidelines that other people set up that don't, they need to be able to play in this universe while also being like, okay, this also plays into our larger universe. So I'm just excited for it. I think it's gonna be good. Like I don't see this show not
episodes,
being good.
That's a lot.
It is a lot, but I'm also excited that it is a lot. That being said, let's move on.
That's my favorite. What I say earlier,
Secret Invasion. Your favorite?
It used to be Thunderbolts. I was really looking forward to Thunderbolts. Now I'm really looking forward to Secret Invasion.
Movies and shows. Which one of everything that we got? What's your kind of? Yeah. What's your one for movies, one for show?
I will answer this, and then you can answer it as well. Upcoming Black Panther 2 looks incredible. I'll put that on the list. Captain America New World Order has me really intrigued because of Tim Blake Nelson as the leader. Thunderbolts has moved down, but I'm still kind of excited to see what they do with it. And then Secret Invasion, Loki Season 2, obviously anything with Daredevil in it.
Cool.
All that stuff.
I have to say, I think Captain America New World Order probably has me the most intrigued.
Yeah, I could have guessed.
I really do. Like, especially with the leader being the leader.
Interesting choice for.
I think that's going to be really cool. I think Thunderbolts jumped up for me. I think I was excited for that show anyway, that movie anyways. But like, I actually really do
because of Winter Soldier.
I am such a Winter Soldier fanboy, and also Yelena. Like, literally,
Yelena, yeah, that's true.
Like Red Guardian, Yelena, and Winter Soldier being in this show instantly makes it, or in this movie, instantly makes it a movie that I am super excited about. Like, that's why.
I was not expecting Red Guardian. He's a wild card.
True. And then show-wise, definitely Daredevil, but then also, Secret Invasion. I think those are going to be those are my two. Secret Invasion, much more hyped about. Very excited for that show now after seeing the trailer. All right. So now we got to talk Star Wars. First off, let's talk, before we talk Star Wars, we're going to talk another Lucasfilm property, because it's the only one that we really need to talk about. Indiana Jones.
True.
I'm so excited for this movie. James Mangold can do no wrong to me. So the fact that this is the last Harrison Ford Indiana Jones movie, and it's going to be directed by James Mangold, has me excited beyond belief.
Harrison Ford is excited about it. Oh my God, that makes a world of difference. If the lead actor is just excited to come back and play this beloved character.
He was
sort of excited about Han Solo, but I think Indiana Jones is his.
I think he was more excited the fact that they were going to kill him off. That was what he was excited about with that.
Finally, they're going to kill me.
In this, I think he's actually just excited that he's coming back as the character for one last time. Indiana Jones is one of my favorites. The concept art looks really cool. I'm very excited to see.
That's my homework.
I don't know some of the cast. I don't know some of the cast in this movie. But I'm excited to see what they do. I have a feeling that they are going to try to push a female, quote unquote, Indiana Jones, like, for whatever kind of forward plan for Indiana Jones that they have. And I am a sucker for adventure films. That's why, like, Uncharted I had a lot of fun with. Tomb Raider I had a lot of fun with. So I'm just excited that we're back in this world.
This is going to be great. James Mangold is directing. Logan, 3:10 to Yuma. What was the other one?
I don't know. I know Logan, and I only know him from the Wolverine and Logan. Because he did the
Wolverine. That's true. Great director. I didn't know this, but apparently a sort of trailer, first look thing was shown, and John Rhys Davies is returning as Sala. That has me really excited.
Nice. Oh, I'm excited for that too. I think.
Hey. I love Sala. Sala's great. He's only in 2 of the original 3.
Indiana Jones coming back.
And the other thing was Mads Mikkelsen as a Nazi. You got to have Indiana Jones fighting Nazis. Come on.
Well, and anything with Mads Mikkelsen in it, I am down.
Incredible.
He's an incredible actor. I am down. So that's Indiana Jones. Let's get into Star Wars. I feel like I am talking a mile a minute. It's just, guys, we have so much. We're in an hour in, and we still have so much. We're probably not going to talk a lot of TV stuff today. Maybe what we'll do is we'll talk She-Hulk, and then what we'll do is next week we will catch up and talk about House of Dragon and Lord of the Rings.
Based on the previous episode, I don't know if I'll be able to talk about House of the Dragon. Anybody who listens to this will be like, "Oh my gosh, what are you watching?"
Yeah, we're gonna we're gonna talk more themes for that last for
broad strokes.
And that's what, honestly, we'll talk. We'll just whatever. We'll talk broad strokes in it. So Star Wars. We got the teaser trailer for Mandalorian Season 3. Again, it's exactly what we thought it was going to be. Mandalorian Season 3 is going to be Grogu and Mando going to the Mandalorian homeworld and dealing with Mandalorians. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, yeah, Mandalore. My brain. Very excited. It's Mandalorian. I'm always excited for Mandalorian. It looks amazing. I'm excited for it. Next is, do you have anything to say about it?
I was gonna say that this is the exact same teaser trailer that was leaked a couple months
right.
ago. I think I was talking to Russ about this before we started recording the podcast. I would love to be extremely hyped about a season 3 trailer, and I'm glad that we finally see it in 4K or HD or whatever it is, like in all its glory. A lot of cool scenes in this have me very excited as a diehard Star Wars fan, but I've already seen all of this, so my excitement was a couple months back. But the only things that really stand out to me seeing this in such vivid quality is like the other cults of the Mandos.
Yeah.
So it looks like we are gonna get a war for Mandalore. We have Bo-Katan on one side and Din Djarin on the other side.
Yeah.
Now the other side of this is my excitement has waned a little bit because I'm so upset that the Book of Boba Fett decided to throw Mando in. Although those episodes are stellar and what we saw of what Mando was doing during that time is amazing, I really wish we could have just reveled in Mando going solo for a little bit longer. But the main drive of this show is Grogu and Mando. Like, I understand they got to throw them together again at some point.
Let's be honest.
Wish it wasn't as early as it was.
The best episodes of Book of Boba were those Mando episodes.
Absolutely. So which is why my thoughts on that are so odd. It's because I wish we kind of didn't have it, but the fact that we got it and it was incredible was just very excited for season 3. That goes without saying. So
I get you. And then we got the final trailer for Andor, which we're gonna be getting 3 episodes from this show. Right off the bat, like the premiere is going to give us 3 episodes. I don't care. Like it looks interesting.
You don't care about Andor?
I don't care. I am interested. Fair. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it instantly, like right when I can. But none of the trailers have gotten me super excited about it. I like this time period. I also think following this guy is going to be fun. I think Cassian is a very interesting character, and I think I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
None of the trailers have gotten me hyped where I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait for September 21st. So that's just where we're at.
It's really weird because of all the people who could be getting spinoffs and shows to focus on, Cassian Andor, like that one rebel from Rogue One, like it was introduced and then immediately killed off because they can't have him in the original trilogy. You're going to spin off that guy. That was the mindset everybody had when they heard about this series. Now, in all of the Star Wars circles I follow, Andor is shaping up to be the Game of Thrones of Star Wars, right? My excitement levels for this currently are probably close to where yours were for the Rings of Power.
Probably.
That is how hyped and excited I am for this. And that is that is starting from nothing, from an absolute deficit of interest in this project when Cassian Andor was like, who cares? Like, why? But everything that I've seen from this looks on point. This trailer was amazing, as were the other 3 that we've gotten. And they have this all planned out. I could go into a lot of detail about how it's going to be different from Kenobi and Book of Boba Fett, even different from The Mandalorian, just from the crew that's behind this. It's going to be really good. And that's not me. I'm excited. That's not me saying like, oh, Kenobi's going to be so great because we're getting Ewan back. We're getting Anakin back.
Right.
No, Kenobi kind of burned me. But Andor is just different.
Yeah. And, it looks different, and I'm excited to see it. I think it is a combination of like none of the trailers got me hyped, and like I'm not like the biggest Star Wars nerd. Like I love Star Wars, and I'm very much a Star Wars nerd. I'm just not the biggest Star Wars nerd. So like
the other thing about this is like I'm very much so sick of the Imperial versus Rebels time period. I want to get out of that. I want to move away from that and get into the Old Republic or the Legacy era, like the far-flung future. I want to get out of this OT timeline. It's been done to death. We've seen everything. Like, let's just get out of this.
Yeah, well, then you're not going to enjoy it.
But my thoughts for Andor are just off the charts, which is odd. But
Ahsoka got, Rosario Dawson came out, revealed some imagery, and that imagery kind of hinted at the fact that this is gonna link to the animated series Rebels, which we've kind of talked about for a long time that we think that that's going to happen. So it's good to see that is in fact going to be a lot of the case. Then we finally got a glimpse of Jude Law in Skeleton Crew. And apparently it's a story about a group of younglings lost in space. Anything with Jude Law, I will watch. So I am excited for this this series / movie or whatever the heck it is. I don't remember.
Series.
Okay. Very excited. Anything with Jude Law in, I will watch.
He's great.
He's great. Then we got Bad Batch season 2. That's coming out. It will kick off January 4th, 2023. And then you told me that this was one of your biggest things that you were excited about, but Tales of the Jedi, a series of 6 original CGI animated shorts about Ahsoka and Dooku. Got a trailer, and we saw this trailer. It looks dope. I love the art style. It's obviously in the vein of old school Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I'm down.
I love the idea that we're going to see. I love the idea on both sides that we're going to see we're going to see more of Ahsoka's backstory, but then we're also going to see Dooku's backstory is what it sounds like. And I think that's really cool because, we are initially presented Dooku when he's already gone Sith, and he was Yoda's Padawan. So we've never seen what it looks like, what Dooku was like as Yoda's Padawan. And I think that's interesting as hell. I'm very excited for that piece. Even more so than the Ahsoka side. So, that's kind of my thoughts. What
I had a really fun revelation just now. Hold on, both.
Yeah.
I had to write it down because I knew I'd forget. So this synopsis actually revealed something huge to me because I only thought that Tales of the Jedi was going to focus on just a lot of random stories interspaced between Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith, or even after Revenge of the Sith, it looks like, based on some of the stuff we've seen from Ahsoka. But if this is just focused on Ahsoka and Dooku, if they are the focal points for this and we're going to be flip-flopping episodes or however they decide to do it, what's probably going to happen is we're going to start with young Dooku doing stuff, and then it's going to slowly bleed into the Clone Wars era, and that's going to get more Ahsoka stuff. This is a really interesting revelation. Ahsoka and Dooku parallel both sides of the same coin, that of the failure of the Jedi. And one of these people, Dooku, went to the dark side. Ahsoka went more in the direction of a gray Jedi, but still playing in very much so in the light. I don't know what that means, but the fact that we are just focused on Ahsoka and Dooku all of a sudden has me very excited. And it's kind of obvious from the trailer that that's who we're going to follow. But for the longest time, I thought this was just going to be an anthology series about random stories, stuff that we didn't get to from the Clone Wars. That already had me really interested. But now I'm dialed in to 11.
Yeah. I think honestly, the thing that
has, if that's what they're going to do,
reading that synopsis sold me more on this show than the trailer. Specifically knowing that we are going to get Dooku.
Yeah.
And get
young Dooku had me sold. Because Ahsoka, I think I'll always show up for.
I love Ahsoka, but that part, knowing that we've never seen that part before, I am very interested in that part. So,
and that's not a fully fleshed out thought. I just realized they both were failed by the Jedi, and both of them went in very different directions. And if they're going to parallel that throughout the series, that's huge. That's a cool concept.
Super exciting. Super exciting.
Oh, I've got to see. I really want to see. It looks like Yaddle, which is a Jedi Master on the Council during like the Phantom Menace era. She's the same species as Yoda. She's featured quite heavily in this as well, which kind of related to the fact I thought it was just a bunch of random stories. But she's going to be tied to Dooku, it looks like. And you know that meeting place where Dooku and Sidious met at the end of the Attack of the Clones? It was like a warehouse in this industrial part of Coruscant, right? He takes his solar sailor and he's like, my lord, the war is on. You've done well, Dooku. Like that scene, Yaddle is there. Like I saw a breakdown of this trailer. Like she's there. She's discovered the lair of Sidious. Maybe that means Dooku has already turned to the dark side at that point, or maybe Sidious has been there a while. Anything revolving Dooku's story is new and interesting, fascinating. Ahsoka, always great, but her stuff is more, Clone Wars. And they're actually doing a story that was told in book form. It's the Ahsoka novel, and that's how she got her white lightsabers, and she took down the Inquisitor that we saw at the end of this trailer.
Oh, that's right.
They fight. That's already been done. I've read that book. It's a great book. They're going to change it a little bit, which has some people on edge, but I don't really care. Because the books are always going to get pushed out in favor of
but also media. The books are always there. You can
always go back and read that. True.
You're like the visual medium is going to change things always,
and it's always going to trump whatever you read.
Yeah,
which is for the most part supplementary material. Let's be honest.
It's fine.
So all those Legends novels and things that I'm bitter about, I'm over it. I get it. Like that stuff, it's there, but they're not going to like really do that. Anyways, yeah, we can move on. I'm really excited about that. No.
So then the last thing that was kind of showcased was that Marvel and Disney video games. We talk about video games sometimes.
Yeah.
I am super hyped for this. I'm super hyped for this. So they dropped the trailer. It was just a CGI trailer. It's all the way at the very bottom.
Yeah.
They dropped a CGI trailer. It opens with World War II. And it looks like it's Nazi-occupied France. And then you find out that it's 4 heroes, 2 worlds, 1 war. And it's Captain America. It's going to be following T'Challa's grandfather. And then you're also going to be following a Howling Commando and a spy from Wakanda. The biggest thing that has me super hyped about this, that I'm really excited about, is it's set in World War II in hopefully Nazi-occupied France. That's a huge thing. I think that is awesome.
Yes.
2, the person behind this is the lady who is behind the Uncharted games.
Oh, that's cool.
This could be, if this is a third-person action game set in World War II in Nazi-occupied France, and you play as Captain America and Black Panther, sold, done. Best game of the year. It's over. Nobody, you can't screw. God
all those
of War,
PS5 exclusives.
Screw God of War. This is the game.
Spider-Man,
it's completely untitled still. They literally haven't titled this thing. They gave us a CGI trailer, so we don't have any idea when it's supposed to come out. It didn't get a release date. We don't have any idea when it's supposed to come out, what it's supposed to look like game wise or anything. But this thing has me super hyped.
This is a cool project. I like the fact that they're focused on the Black Panther during the World War II era, because you'd think a Captain America game set in World War II makes a lot of sense, right? Including the Howling Commandos is a given. Like he works with all of them. Yeah. Maybe featuring some Invaders characters like Namor or Human Torch or any of those guys, that makes sense. But the fact that they're going Black Panther and focused on like the lineage of that character and their involvement, like Wakanda is usually very secretive, but their involvement in a massive scale world war, what is going on there? Like that's new and interesting. And I'm with you. That's very exciting.
Super exciting.
What is Skydance? Is that
It's a gaming. It's a game
Abrams company
developer. I don't think it is.
Interesting. This is not MCU related, right?
No.
Hopefully not.
No. The games have never been like, oh, this.
I like the fact too that you the random Howling Commando and Dora Milaje.
I love that too. Yeah, that's gonna be really cool. I think being able to like dig into their stories is gonna be cool too.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that like that will be the POV of the game.
Yeah,
I don't like you'll get to play as Cap and Black Panther, of course. Like, how could you not? But for the story version, you're gonna see Cap in action through the eyes of a soldier. You're gonna be hunting with Black Panther as a Dora Milaje.
Which I'm more excited about that being the story angle.
Yeah.
Than I would be it coming through, Black Panther and Captain America's eyes.
For sure.
Because I think, especially being a soldier in World War II and seeing this guy who is a god essentially.
Yeah.
Because Captain America is essentially like to anyone on the battlefield, he's a god. It's like
the man solos tank battalions. Come on.
Very, very exciting for that.
And Black Panther's even stronger. Like, crazy.
And yeah, exactly. Well, guys, that is all of the news. There's a bunch of Disney Plus news also that's just more Disney movies and Disney TV. We got some Pixar stuff as well, but we're not going to talk about that.
Nothing
really.
Huge
big thing, like honestly, the biggest thing was like there was a trailer for Percy Jackson finally for that series. That. So I am too. I think the trailer does nothing for me.
I've not seen
because
it.
It's more of it feels like a trailer that like people who've read the books are going to be more excited about than me. So I'm more excited for once we get the full trailer that I can actually see what's going on. But yeah, with that, guys, we are going to call it a night because we just spent an hour and 30 minutes talking about everything D23. So we can't get into any of the shows or anything.
Yeah, we're gonna be pushing a lot of stuff to like next week, and like we haven't even talked about our comics, but we're reading some great comics. Batman is stellar. We got Daredevil just dropped a new issue that we'll be reading.
Spider-Man had an issue come out today, and it literally proves what we have been saying for the longest time, and it's that this guy's art, like, because it's this issue doesn't have the normal artist on it. It's a different artist, and it's one that I really like. His last name is Gleason. Love his art, especially love his Spider-Man art. It just proves that and now I'm blanking on the guy's name who's been doing the art recently. John Romita Jr.'s art does not belong on Spider-Man at all. So with that, guys, thank you for listening to us for an hour and 32 minutes. Hopefully you got all your D23 news and goodies from us. Let us know what you are most hyped about.
Yeah, exactly. What do you guys want to see? What are you excited about?
Let us know. Let us know if I'm wrong. Like, tell us what you think about the Thunderbolts stuff. Let's have a discussion, because if you disagree with me, I think you're wrong. Just so with that, guys, have a great week, and God bless.